This is Matt the Mean Mug from Mean Mug and Vape Reviews, and today what we have is the Tobeco Super Tank. This is the full size compared to the mini that I just got done reviewing here, which as you see there's a bit of a difference there. A little bit of difference in a couple of things, the style and a whole bunch of things I'm going to name off right now. The one thing that is similar is the coil, of course, and it uses the same coil, which is pretty big there. It's what I use is the Aspire Atlantis coil, which I really like that one a lot better than the Tobeco one that comes with it. So today what we got here, it's a top fill tank. I'm not sure on the millimeter. I believe it's a 4 or 5 milliliter tank that you got there. It's a little bit bigger than the last one, than the mini. It's got the same top fill like I said. And this is where differences come in here. So we take off the top on the mini, and you got your difference right there. We got one fill spot with the extra air release hole right there, and then on the mini you got the 3. So a little problem that I have sometimes is whenever I'm filling this up, the air hole, the release hole, will clog up some. You'll get some juice bubble in there, and then this here will bubble up, and then you end up having a little bit of juice overflow, which that's not a big deal. So what, you get used to it, not too bad. These are two different sizes, of course. So the top from the full size isn't going to fit on the mini, and same thing with the mini isn't going to fit on there. So the tops aren't interchangeable. The only thing interchangeable about these is the coil. Same coil. So it's a bad little coil. I love it. Something different here too is the air valve holes, or whatever you want to call them. We've only got 2 different sizes on this. You got this small little size here, which of course is on both sides. Then you got the big gaping one right there, which on the mini here, you got the one, well it's actually 2, but it notches closed, and you can get quite a resistance on it. So that's what I like about the mini better than the full size one. One really cool thing about this full size is there's this little tiny, I don't know what you want to call it there, it's a little protection bar. It keeps from, if your coil ends up leaking down in there, it's not going to drip out. That's what's really cool. It's got that little bar inside there. It goes all the way around, which you can see it right there. And flip it over to the other side here, you can see it right there too. So you're not going to have any leakage out of this one. I didn't have any kind of leak problems on the mini either, but that's for a just in case there. Another problem that I have with this one though is pulling it apart. Of course it's the coil that holds it together right now, so it's not holding together, but it'll build up so much pressure I'll have to take a wrench to it. That's a problem with it. I don't like that. I want to get rid of this whenever I can, because I don't like that. Other than that though, because of the coil, it blows a decent cloud, gives you a great flavor. It's an awesome tank. Those are the only downsides, is that the top fill there, and the whole problem with it sticking together. But that only happens whenever you have to change out the coil. Other than that though, you don't need to take it apart. And it fills up pretty easily. It fills up pretty easily there. I like it. I love the top fill tanks there, but once in a while I'll get some bubble and it'll want to overfill. And of course it's got the same 2 seals though. You got one on the outer here, one on the inner here, so you're not going to leak from there. So again, if somebody tells you it's leaking, then they're missing a seal. Other than that, this is a great tank. It's 22 millimeter. It's awesome. I love it, but it's not my It's not my thing. I hate taking the wrench to the bottom there every time I want to change out the coil. It also does have the removable drip tip here, which the Mini does not have that. You can fit in most any sized tips that you want in there. Most of them just fit right in there. It's nice. So that's the super tank, full size here, and stick with me and I'll blow some clouds for you there.